Hi guys, Curtis Candy, Spaz Gamer Shotgun Boy here with you. No Spaz Kid today. He's actually here, but he's got a wicked cold he's fighting, and so he's just resting. Hopefully, we're hoping he can get better in time for Christmas. So I'm doing this one solo, and this one's kind of different today because I have a gameplay I want to show you. It's blades only. I got my like tomahawk thing going in Black Ops 2, and I got my knives. I finally got my level up enough to where I could get the cool knives, so I'm bringing them along, and we're going to see if I can get any kills with them. Remember, I've gotten a lot better at the game. I wanted to see if it translated over into blades as well, because remember how I used to I would go whole maps, like Tomahawk only, and miss everybody. But I think, let's see if I can do any better at all, if I can just kill some people with it. But today, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to comment directly on the game. I'm going to watch it with you. I've got my little laptop here in front of me. I'm going to watch the game with you. But this commentary is going to be something that's been pissing me off and something I want to get off my chest, and it affects all of us as gamers, and hopefully you guys will bear with me just so I can say this. This country, sometimes our politicians, the way this country is run, drives me nuts. But we'll get into it while we actually watch the gameplay. Now, I have to give myself a little bit of benefit of doubt. I couldn't even remember how to use these knives. So early on, you'll see me just like throwing shit around, not throwing the blades on the ground and stuff. I was just trying to learn which buttons do what, so I can at least that Spaz out has an explanation. Okay, I'm going to start it right now. All right, now here I go. I'm getting all set up to go. We're on the boat, nice and close quarters. But I think you'll see I can make a couple kills with the blades. But what I want to talk about today, all of you have probably heard about worldwide, no matter where you are, you've probably heard about the killings in Newtown, Connecticut. Some psycho idiot Lanza went off, kills 20 kids, 6 adults. I mean, now this has brought up a huge debate in our country and worldwide, specifically centering on gun control. I'm not going to get into all that. Personally, I don't think banning assault weapons is a bad thing, but I also don't think it's really going to do you any good. It's not going to stop things like this, but if it makes the politicians feel better about themselves, you know, especially politicians in America are not the best and brightest people. Sorry, that's just the way it is. The best and brightest go into other things. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're air traffic controllers, they're things where, you know, they can make a difference, things where they can make a profit. There's nothing wrong with that. Use that intelligence for profitable means. Politicians aren't them. In case you want proof, I'll be fair and go to both sides. Harry Reid and Sarah Palin. There you go. They're not the best and brightest. That said, they're also trying to target violent video games as and they're trying to relate this as some sort of cause to psycho idiot like this moron killing these kids. They're trying to connect video games to that. Those are the dots they're trying to connect, and that's idiotic. This is a sick mind. I don't care what you watch, what you expose yourself to. You can't do shit like he did or like other mass murderers do unless there's something wrong with you. Seriously fucked up with you, okay? And the thing of it is, when you start trying to blame it on video games, you're taking away from getting to the real root of the problems. We've got to start selecting these people, finding these people, diagnosing these people, and getting them away from society. Get them away from the things that can hurt people. I don't care if it's guns or knives or freaking dinner forks. These people shouldn't have it. The video games, I've gotten to know a lot of you guys out there. You're such a good group of kids everybody gets together, has a good time. Tens of millions of these games sell. And then as soon as somebody takes some sort of heinous action, they want to connect the games to it. Well, he was a 24-year-old young male, and he played a lot of first-person shooter video games. No shit! You just described most of the 24-year-old male population of the world. Everybody's playing these games. Maybe he played with Play-Doh when he was little, too. What the hell does that have to do with it? Go back, check every serial killer, everybody who did horrible things through the years, see if they played with Play-Doh. Maybe that has something to do with it. You're making the same connection. They're not associated. This game that we're all playing here, it's a violent game. The world's a violent place. But normal human beings can make the difference between cartoonish video game violence and the real thing, and the effects that both those things have on their lives and the lives of people around them. You've gotta diagnose these people. You've got to have more parental involvement. Again, the government trying to be the parents. Well, we'll take care of these video games because we're everybody's mommy and daddy. No, you're not. I don't worry about my son doing these things because I've gotten to know my son. Him and I go through everything. If I thought my son had any type of issues, if he'd shown any to be prone towards violence at all, he wouldn't be playing these games. I mean, when the government wants to mark them, you want to say this video game should only be played by adults because, say it's Saints Row the Third. There's totally inappropriate, sexually explicit material in it, blah, blah, blah. That's great. Put that on the package. It helps parents. Don't try and be the parents. Don't tell us what we can play, what we can't play. Don't even attempt it. You, as a government, you guys don't run anything well. You know this fiscal cliff we're about to fall off, along with a litany of other things that are wrong in this country? You guys don't handle things well. Don't try and parent. You'll just make a bad situation worse. If parents are involved, kids playing video games are not the problem. Now, another thing that really pissed me off. A lot of you may know Ali A. He's a gamer, commentator, really exceptional player. I followed him for some time. I like watching his gameplays. I just sit there and look at it and go, oh man, I wish I could play like that. Because he's a brilliant player and he's a good commentator. Now, I had a brief interaction with him a while back, just through messages and stuff. He seems like a really good kid. Fox 5, I believe it's in New York City, took one of his videos and they used it as the backdrop to one of their reports on video game violence. The reason this pisses me off is he was so obviously targeted, okay? That wasn't an accident they took Ali A's game. Ali A is a young man, okay? He fits the description of this, I don't want to draw him that close to it, but he's in the same age category, the same type of individual as this kid who performed these heinous acts. And Ali A, like we do here at the channel, he puts picture in picture. He puts a shot of himself in the corner of his videos. They profiled him. They selected his video on purpose. This is how sensationalist our media is. Nobody will ever make me believe that wasn't pointed. There was a reason they took that. You guys watch these videos. The vast majority of them are just the video games with commentary over them. There's only a few of us that really, actually put our own video in the corner of it so you can watch us commentating. They didn't pick Ali A by accident. Now they associated this poor kid who's shown nothing to be nothing but a great kid, a good commentator, a fun gamer, and they put him in a news report that links him to this tragedy. Are you kidding me? That's nuts. I mean, I'm not saying anything illegal was done. It's fair use. Fox can do it. I'm not saying that they took an illegal action. I'm just saying they're douchebags, okay? Because you targeted him, or you targeted someone like him. That's why you picked that video. Ali A is a lot bigger than us, so it's easier to find his videos, but had they seen a video of me pontificating on, they wouldn't have selected it. You know why? Because I would disprove their point. I've been playing video games since video games were created. I've been playing violent video games since they've been created. What good does it do to have them show a relatively well-adjusted dad and granddad playing video games and enjoying them and never having taken any type of heinous action or done anything horrible? They haven't mutated me anyway because I don't have that inside me. I'm not twisted to begin with, not in that way. I mean, I've got some twisted stuff that you guys are aware of, but I certainly don't want to kill anybody. Video games don't do it. The government, don't try and parent for us, okay? If you want to get to the bottom of this, you can't make parents get more involved. So, what is the answer? It's hard to say. All I know is the mental health side has to be looked at a lot. The game's over. Now, what did you guys think of me blading there? I'm gonna finish my rant. Did you see that? I actually got some kills with my tomahawk. I got some with my knife. I was shooting those knives right out of there. I actually stabbed a bitch. I can actually use blades now. I mean, I suck at them, and most of you guys would just annihilate me with them, but do you see I can actually get kills with them now? All right. Well, hopefully you guys liked watching that video because, I'm so proud of myself that I actually did, finally, I'm going to kill this, did something right. But let me finish my little rant here. This whole idea of trying to connect video games to real life violence makes me crazy. And the reason I bring it up now is because we've got politicians working to study the connection. And who knows what kind of stupid crap they're going to come up with as a result of this. Listen, our politicians are, again, I can't stress it enough, they're not the best and the brightest. And even if they are, they're more worried about what their biggest backers, their biggest financiers are concerned with than what's best for the country. I mean, come on. I'm not being overly cynical. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the way it is. Back off. Try and figure a way to not only diagnose these people that will do these horrible things, but to separate them from the rest of us so they can't do it. Again, if banning assault weapons makes you feel better, that's fine. I mean, from my perspective, if you got to do it, you got to do it. I just don't think it's going to make a damn bit of difference. It's not going to help, but some politician, if he gets that done and he spearheaded it, he's going to feel it's going to help his career. He's going to feel good about himself when he gets home. You know, he'll give the wife a little something extra because he's feeling like a real man, or maybe he'll give it to one of the Senate pages. I don't know what these guys do in their off time. But whatever the case, that Fox News 5 report just pointed out to me so much of what's wrong with the media too, because that was such a sensationalist piece. Most people don't realize how many gaming videos are out there, or Call of Duty videos are out there. They so targeted Ali A because he fit the description of the guy they wanted, and he had his face on there. Now everybody could watch that report and go, oh, look, he's a young man playing those video games just like they said. Come on, are you serious? And even the kid in the video, that it was about the 13-year-old kid who's going to stop playing the violent video games now. Yeah, his mom didn't put him up to that. Come on. He got himself some attention. And then, what did he say? I wrote it down here so I wouldn't forget. Oh, he realized that somehow by playing these games, they're violent, and by playing them, he's promoting it. Promoting what? It's not real, and you're aware it's not real. You can't promote someone into becoming a killer by playing a video game. This is why it makes me crazy. Let's blame something. Now let's blame the video games. And it doesn't matter that tens of millions of people around the nation in that age category, young men, play these games all the time. One kid goes off because he's obviously a lunatic. You know, he's a psycho. Goes off and does something horrible. Now we got to see if he played video games. Well, odds are good that he did. Proves nothing. You'll never prove the connection because the connection isn't there. A psycho might play video games just like the tens of millions. Normal, well-adjusted kid likes to play them too. So take it and get the hell out of here with it. That's all. I had to have my rant today. I can't stand when things like this go on. A lot of you guys out there, I mean, we talk all the time on the channel, on the comments, through personal messages when we play video games together. You're such a good group of kids. I enjoy playing with you guys. The vast majority of you, I'm old enough to be your fathers. And I mean, just from talking to you and stuff, you can see what good kids you are, what fun you are, what great senses of humor you have. And I hate to see all of you vilified as a group that's somehow you're doing something wrong because you enjoy violent video games. Give it a rest. Go out, get to the real source of these issues. Try and make parents parent. You want to work on something? And call parents out on it. Because politicians are afraid to ruffle any feathers. Say, listen, parents got to start stepping up. My son never plays video games when they aren't put in his room for a reason. I mean, now he's almost 13, he's getting a little older. He's never had them in his room. They stay in common areas of the houses, so he doesn't know when I'm going to pop in. He doesn't know when I'll be right in the next room listening to him. Because he is a good kid. He's never done anything wrong, but you can't leave it to that. Parents have to be involved. I got to make sure he's doing the things he's supposed to do. Parents get involved, makes a world of difference. If my son had mental issues like this kid did, he wouldn't have been near video games, and he certainly wouldn't have had access to guns. But that's just how I look at things. Yeah, get rid of the... Now let's go after the video games. Let's detract from the subject a little more. You guys keep gaming. You guys keep having a good time with it, and hopefully your generation can come up and have a little bit more brains than our generation does that's running this country now. Talk to you guys soon. I'm still Shotgun Boy. I haven't turned into Blade Boy, as you can see, because I went like 8-20. But prior to being Shotgun Boy, 8-20 would have been wicked good. So hopefully you survive through my rant. Sorry to bore you with this. Be back with more games soon. Talk to you guys later. Shotgun Boy.